Good evening, afternoon, morning, or night. Thank you for tuning into The Process. I am your host, Nymbus, and I'm going to be showing you how I sample music using only my phone and a couple apps. The two apps that I'm going to be showing you today will be Lexus Audio Editor and BandLab. And the sample is Tangled Up in You by the Altons. So now that I've found the portion of the song that I really like, I'm going to go in and basically use the trim feature to take off all the excess parts of the song I don't need. Then click on loop to keep it looping to make sure that the timing is perfect. Alright, now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and save this file based off of what it sounds like, what it's titled as, etc. And then it's time to bring it over into BandLab. And I'm going to be using a new option that BandLab recently came out with called the splitter option. Let's get into it. Now you see here, with the free version of BandLab, it gives you 4 options to basically split off what you want, what you don't want, from vocals to drums to bass to other instruments playing in the background. Now with the premium version, you have way more options, but this is me just teetering with the things that I really want versus the things that I don't want. And then you can also export this sound if you want to just keep it like that, or actually go into BandLab and then further edit the stems after they've been separated. This is really fun, guys. I've been really enjoying messing with this feature, and I wanted to just show you guys a little bit of what it sounds and looks like. So now that everything's lined up, what I'm going to do is basically loop it in BandLab. In order to do that, you have to select every track that you want to loop simultaneously, and then go to the end of that track and basically click on one of the track outs, click the loop feature, and it should be on point. Now sometimes you might have to go in and re-edit, but let's see what it sounds like. So I like what I'm hearing right here. It's pretty much perfect. I'm gonna go in after this and basically mix down every track individually, so that way A, it's not peaking, and B, I just want it to sonically sound a little bit more dynamic and not as flat. So I've already soloed out each track, and basically this is what they sound like by themselves. And then together. So there's still peaking areas throughout the song that I have to fix and clean up. And basically, this is the time period where I just mess sliders, take some down a couple decibels, any way to where they can all be in sync without there being too much of a distortion. Because when all your tracks are going at the same volume, typically there's going to be some distortion if you haven't mixed or compressed them enough. And I did put some mix in each one of them, but still gotta, just a little drag here and there might save you from clipping throughout your whole song. Now, I've been told that once or twice here and there doesn't hurt it too bad as long as it's not like too drastic, but I try to make the experience when it comes to people listening to music really, even if it's just the instrumental, I want to make sure it's a good listening experience. Being that this is my favorite bridge, I'm definitely gonna loop this a couple more times before I outro the instrumental. Now this is a short form version of how I make beats. Typically, I'll add a lot more into it and sometimes collaborate with other producers to enhance the drums and things of that nature. But I just wanted to give you guys a short tutorial on how I approach beats on my phone using BandLab and Lexus audio editing. course, I have to add this section where there's minimal things going on because I really wanted to give a vibe that says the song is ending. And of course, for the final touch, I have to add my famous new producer tag. I like to add these to my beats, especially purposes like this. Hopefully in the future, when you hear it, you'll understand who it came from. It takes a little mixing to do, and, I just feel like working on music for so long, I love to have that special little feature that lets the people know, okay, this is something personalized by somebody out there. Who is that? Tangled up in you. Tangled up in you. Tangled up in you. Tangled up. Doing the final touches and adding the layers. This is basically, in a nutshell, how I like to produce music on my Samsung Galaxy S10 using Lexus Audio Editor and BandLab. Thank you for tuning in. This might be available for stream, the song that you're hearing right now, pretty soon. After I clean it up, maybe add a little here and there to it, but if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Tune in next time.